I'm going to be showing you how to work right-handed. That means I'm going to hold the yarn in my left hand as I work and my crochet hook in my right hand. If you are left-handed, my recommendation is still to learn how to do it right-handed. I know it's going to feel really weird at first, but if you're just learning how to crochet, it's going to feel weird anyway. There are a lot more videos and photo tutorials and resources for working with your right hand versus your left, which might be something that you're really interested in later on as you get going. When I learned how to knit, I learned how to knit continental style, which is holding everything basically the same way as crocheting, and there's been a lot less resources for me over the years. And now trying to go back and learn how to do it a different style is proving to be a little bit more difficult. I do wish that I would have just learned a more popular style back then. So that's my 2 cents about it. There are some programs that if videos are not provided with left hand options, you can pop the link of the video into the website and it will flip the video for you. I have not tried this myself, but I know that I heard the blogger A Crafty Concept talking about it during her Craftmas event. But basically, whatever I'm showing you right-handed, you're going to do the opposite. So if I say go to the right, you're actually going to be going to the left. And your fabric is going to look reversed as well. So if my tail end is on the left, your tail end is going to be on the right. So throughout this tutorial, I'm going to be using terms and phrases that are going to describe working right-handed. If you have any questions about this, please drop me a comment below and I will do my best to answer them. We're going to start with a slip knot. So I've pulled the yarn over my fingers here. I'm going to wrap it around my index finger 2 times, hold the tension with my thumb and my middle finger, pull the loop on the left up over the other one but not off my finger, then I'll pull the one on the left now up over the other one and off my finger. I'm going to grab my crochet hook, insert it into the loop on my finger and pull it off. I'm going to hold the working yarn in my right hand and the short tail end in my left. I'm going to pull on that strand so this loop will go to normal tension. And now we're ready to get in position so that we can start our chain. So this is how I like to hold my yarn. I have the yarn over my fingers so that my fingers can be extended as I'm working. That way I don't get cramps in my hands. But there are so many different ways that you can hold your yarn. The most common way that the books are going to show you how to do it, you're going to have the working yarn laid out here. Take your bottom 3 fingers from your left hand and grab the yarn with them, closing your fingers over the yarn. The index finger swoops around the front and downward to pick up the yarn over your finger. Then take your thumb, bring it upward to the left, and then you're going to take your thumb and your middle finger, and that's where you're going to grab that slip knot with, but the rest of your yarn is closed behind these bottom fingers. And this is what it looks like as you're working. This is what it looks like from the top. And then again underneath I have my bottom 2 fingers holding the yarn strand and it's wrapped behind and over my index finger. So this is probably the most common way that you'll see how to hold your yarn. And this is how I started out, but my fingers would get cramped in here, my hand would cramp. So I just modified this to work for me. I put my ring finger underneath the strand and then my other fingers surrounding it are over the strand. Bring that all the way to the end here and I hold the tension between my fingers. Then I still do my index finger the same way. I swoop it down over the front and then pick up the yarn strand over top of it and use my middle finger and my thumb to hold on to the slip knot. So this is what it looks like when I'm working with it. This is what it looks like from the top. And here it is from the bottom. The yarn tension is held here in between my fingers. Another way that I've seen a lot of people do it is you could hold the slip knot here with your ring finger and your thumb and the yarn tension in between your index finger and your middle finger. So just like scissors with your index finger and your middle finger, open them up. Grab the yarn strand, then take your ring finger and your thumb to grab the slip knot, and you would have the tension here in between those 2 fingers at the top. So this is what it looks like when you're working with it. This is what it looks like from the top view and from the bottom view. It does not matter how you hold the tension of your yarn. There is really no right way or wrong way. The important thing is that you do hold the tension. You have to hold the tension in your left hand somehow. Otherwise, your stitches are going to come out really inconsistent, really big and loopy. So try one of these 3 ways. See if any of them feel comfortable to you. And then you can adjust it as you go for whatever feels the most comfortable. There's also 2 ways to hold your hook. There is holding it like a knife, which is this way right here that I hold it, with my index finger over the top, my thumb over the bottom, with my hand sort of wrapped around it there. Another way that they say is holding it like a pencil. Same exact way that you would write. That's how you're going to hold it here. So you can experiment with both ways, see what feels the most comfortable to you, and that's how I suggest working, but I always work it holding it like a knife. And that's the nice thing about these ergonomic hooks. This is made out of clay over top of a metal hook. And they make them a lot of different ways, but this way right here where it's smaller, where the thumb rest is on the hook, and then it comes out and then it goes back down in size, it's meant so that it fits in your hand naturally as you're holding it. So this works really well for me and it helps my hand not cramp up. If you hold it like a pencil, you might be more interested in the kind of hooks that are more straight, so just like how the hooks originally come, or if you wanted to make them thicker to make them more ergonomic, they do just do like a large tube over top of the hook. I'll pop the link to my 2 favorite shops on Etsy down in the description box below where I get my hooks custom made. Now, I like to start by holding on to this knot at the bottom with my thumb and my middle finger so I can keep better tension and so this loop doesn't get too tight to work into.